guys, so the video that I'm going to make today is a eyebrow tutorial video. I did make one before, but I didn't really go into detail. I kind of just showed you a quick tutorial on how I did my brows. But I've noticed that it just drives me nuts. As you can see, I've seen a lot of females who tried to attempt to do their brows, and obviously it was a fail attempt. And I guess to them it might look cute, but to me it just looks terrible. And I don't want to see you guys go out like that looking crazy. And I think there's just a better way, to make your brows look more natural. So in this video I'm pretty much just going to go over the mistakes that I've seen, how to correct them, and then I'm just going to show you my way on how I create the perfect natural looking brow. There's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need some brushes first of all. A flat brush. And this is an Ecotools brush. It's very affordable. You can buy this from any drugstore. You're also going to need 2 angle brushes. As you can see, one is a bit smaller than the other one. One is a bit larger. The one that is larger is an Ecotools brush also. And then the smallest one is just a cheap brush that I bought online. And then you're also going to need a spoolie, whether it comes in a single brush like this, or if it comes on the other end of a brow pencil. You're going to need a brow pencil. This one is a BH Cosmetics one. I will put the prices and the sites to where you can buy all of these things that I'm using today. You're also going to need a concealer of your choice. If you're going for a more dramatic eye look, then you want to use a shade lighter than your complexion. If you're going for a more natural eyebrow look, then you want to go for a concealer that's around your skin tone. These are the L.A Girl Pro Concealers. They're really cheap and affordable. I paid about maybe $2 each. You can get one that's more pricey. I got this one from Sephora. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Concealer. Or you can buy the ones that come in the little pots like so. I bought this one from MAC, and this was maybe like about $16 I think, and the Kat Von D one was about I'm not really sure. I'll put the prices down below. Then also you're going to need a eyebrow gel. This is MAC. They do have ones that they sell at Sephora. Anastasia Beverly Hills. They come in many more shades than the MAC. The MAC only comes in a few select shades. The Anastasia Beverly Hills has a more variety of shades if you have a weird color eyebrow and you need something that matches it. And then you're going to need a eyebrow gel that you will use at the end of completing your eyebrows. And I bought this one from BH Cosmetics, and this is just, it comes in like a mascara tube, and you'll be brushing this on your brows. Let's talk about the mistake. Well, first off, I've seen people with really dark, harsh brows, and it just kills me. I see people, they want to use lip liners and eyeliners in replace of a brow pencil, and that is the first mistake. When you are doing your brows, you want to use a brow pencil. And the reason why is because brow pencils are a little bit less waxier. They're a little bit more lighter than lip and eyeliner pencils, and I will show you a demonstration here. This is an eyebrow pencil by CoverGirl, and if you see when I swatch it on my hand, I'm lightly touching, and you can see really no product is coming out. I have to actually scrape the back of my hand for product to come out, and that is because when you're doing your brows, you want it to look as natural as possible. You don't want to be putting a lot of product on there. And as you can see with the BH Cosmetics one, with me just lightly touching my hand, not really enough product comes out yet. I have to actually scrape my hand for the product to come out. And that's why you need to use a brow pencil. I'm going to show you the lip liners and the eyeliners that people use to use their brows. And as you can see, I'm just lightly touching this on my hand. I'm not even scraping it, and you can see how dark and heavy that product is. And you don't want to use that on your brows, especially if you have a heavy hand. It's going to be hard for you to blend that product out. This is another one. This is a brown one. You see, I'm not even barely touching my hand. And some people use black. Like, why are you using black a black pencil to do your brows. Your brows, I mean, that's just crazy. As you can see, that's just too much product to be putting on your brows. That's the first mistake. You don't want to do that. And also, the other mistake that I see is people are basically drawing their brows on. I just don't know what to say. You should not be drawing your brows on. If you don't have brows in the first place, then you just need to leave them like that. Just rock the no brow look, because you can't draw a brow on and make it look nice. I mean, you probably can, but it's not going to look natural. Even if you have to have some type of brows there. Like, I just got mine waxed today, and they aren't the perfect brows, but it gives you something to work with. It gives you more of a natural look, because the more of a brow that you have, the less work you have to do. So basically, you're not even drawing your brows, you're just filling in your brows or enhancing your brows, and that's what you want to do. We're going to start off with just creating the outer line of our brow. So to do that, you either want to use a powder. This is a powder by Maybelline, or you can use a brow pencil. So for my look, I used to use the powder, but I found that it just took too much time because I had to actually be like scraping it out just to complete it. I think it's more easier just to use, and more quicker just to use the brow pencil. So first, before you start, you just want to make sure you are brushing your brows up and away, just to make sure that you kind of get an idea of where you're going to be outlining your brows. Next, you're going to take your brow pencil, and you're pretty much just going to take it and you're just going to start outlining the bottom. And when you're outlining the bottom, you just want to use little strokes. You don't want to make it too dark. And you're just going to go ahead and just go all the way down to the tail. You're going to go to the top. You're going to do the same thing with the top. And just kind of keep going. Now I'm going to do one technique on this brow. I'm going to do another technique on this one. You're going to take your spoolie. In between each step, you just want to make sure you're brushing, because it's blending. That'll kind of blend the product out if you have any harsh lines or anything. Next, I'm going to take my eyebrow gel. I really like this one from MAC because you don't have to dig into the pot. You kind of just lightly tap it with the angle brush. And for this, you're using the smaller angle brush for this one. So you just want to lightly tap it, and you're just going to start filling in places that are really sparse, where it looks like there's no hair, and you don't want to be dragging it on there, but you just want to fill in little areas that are sparse. And then for the beginning, well, for the front of your brow, you kind of just want to lightly turn your angle brush vertically, and then just fill that in. When you're done with that, you're going to grab your spoolie again, and you're just going to do the up and away motion. See, you can kind of see a difference here going on. This one looks more fuller than this one. So if you want a more natural look, you're going to use a concealer that's, you know, a shade around your skin tone. You're just going to take a little tiny bit, maybe like about this much. I'm going to grab my larger angle brush. I'm just going to dab it in there, dab the excess off on the side. You're then going to take the angle brush, and you're going to start lining the bottom of your eyes, of your brows, I should say. And with this, you want to take your time. You don't want to rush on your brows. I do my entire face. My brows take the longest because your brows kind of make your look. Like if you have jacked up brows, and you know your eyes are popping, your foundation's popping, but your brows look jacked up, that's like a waste of time, because nobody's gonna care if your eyes are popping, or if your foundation's popping, or if your contour's popping. If your eyebrows jacked up, girl, it don't mean nothing. So like you see I'm just lining the top, sculpting out the top of the brows. And you see once I get to that arch, you're just gonna bring it down, and you're just gonna form that tail, just like so. And then you can go back to the bottom and kind of just fix the tail a little bit, like that. This is more natural because you're not really highlighting the brush, you're kind of just cleaning it up. Blend your concealer upwards into your forehead and your temples, and then you're gonna blend this one downwards towards your lid. Wipe off any excess that you have, and then you're just going to go to the front of your brow, and you're pretty much just going to make a little stroke like so, to make that a little bit more, to make the front kind of blend out a little bit. Then take your Flawless eyebrow gel. You can use a clear one. I like using the tinted one. And you just take a little bit of it and you kind of just brush your brow. And as you can see, the difference between the two brows, and this looks natural. Like, this looks as if this is already my brow and I just got it waxed. This is my natural brow, and you can see that it's just appealing to the eye. When you have a dark, heavy Sharpie brow, it looks crazy. It looks like, what the heck? And especially with people who have a lighter skin tone and you're using a black liner, you look like a darn clown with two caterpillars on your forehead. Like, that just looks crazy. You want to get a pencil or a brow gel that matches the color of your brow. You should not go darker than dark brown. You should not even be using a black gel or a black pencil, because you're gonna look crazy. So for the next brow, I'm going to show you beginners what you can do. These right here are eyebrow stencils. I got these from Elf Cosmetics. They were a couple bucks. They were really cheap. They do have more expensive ones, but they all do the same thing, so I don't think you should be paying that much money for them. They do come in different styles, so depending on your natural brow and how it's shaped, you would use the one that goes with that. And you see this one, this one right here. This one kind of goes with my brow. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're just kind of gonna line it up with your brow like so. And you're just going to take your eyebrow pencil. You're just gonna take it and you're just gonna start filling in your brow like so. Okay. Then you're gonna take your eyebrow gel with your small angle brush. You're just gonna put a little bit on here. And this kind of just gives you give you beginners like a guide if you guys don't know how to freehandedly, or if you don't really have a shape to your brows, you can kind of just use this to shape it. Because all you're doing is filling it in. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to brush it anyway. I'm just going to add a little bit more product. As you can see, it's kind of coming along. Places where it's like really sparse or something, I'm just going to add more product. Now I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top because you can see my brow ends like right there before it gets to the top, so just kind of follow the natural state of your brow. But as far as like filling it in, you should be good. Okay, so when you're done with that, you're just going to peel this off. I got the shape that I want. It's a little darker than the other side, but I mean, once you're doing them for both sides, that's because I use a different technique for this side. But if you're doing it like that for if you're using that technique for both brows, then you should be fine. You're then going to take your spoolie and you're just going to brush your hairs. Right? And this is more of like a subtle arch. You can see this one is more of a higher arch. This one is just a rounded, more natural looking brow. Use a concealer a shade lighter than your skin tone. I'm just going to start lining my eyes. Okay. That is that. And then as you can see, I kind of wiped off my tail a little bit. So I'm just going to go back in with my angle brush that I used from my gel. I'm just going to kind of thicken that back up a little bit. I'm just going to blend this up downwards. As you can see, I'm just wiping off excess any excess concealer that I may wipe off. Okay, I'm just gonna go back in with this brush and just thicken it back out on the end and just wipe any bit that I may have. And then I'm just gonna take the flat brush also and just go in the beginning of the brow and just blend out the beginning part just to give it a soft look at the beginning of it. So as you can see, both brows came out really nice, and just to top off this brow, I'm going to use my brow gel again. Okay, and that is how you do your brows. That was really fast, really quick. Shouldn't see any more clown brows, caterpillar brows, overdrawn brows, black heavy brows. I shouldn't see any of that anymore. And that is pretty much it. And with that being said, keep those brows on fleek, and I will see you guys later. See ya.